You're listening to the Beer Coasters Podcast, the #1 self-absorbed beer show. From coast to coast, and every once in a while, in between.
Hey, I'm Dylan, brewer at Cape Ann Brewery, and you're listening to the Beer Coasters.
My name is Charles Finkel, and I'm the founder and the president of the Pike Brewing Company here in Seattle. I'm glad to be on the Beer Coasters. Blah, 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 I'm a beer, damn it!
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Beer Coasters Podcast. This here's an entirely self-absorbed beer show devoted to bringing you the best and worst in mostly American craft beer from coast to coast and every once in a while in between. I'll be your host this week. This is Toby in Las Vegas, Nevada, and joining me is...
Mike from Boston, Massachusetts.
There's a bit of a delay.
It's that getting from Vegas to Massachusetts, you know?
Yeah.
This is Crazy Dave from Temecula, California.
All right, so this week we're celebrating Friday the 13th. Comes out this Friday, so we've got some scary beers.
Hey, did you know that this Friday is also a full moon?
Whoa.
So it's like double.
That's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any double beers?
I don't know, man, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid for my friends
Anyway.
that live in that work in ERs and stuff, man. They're probably gonna be packed, right?
Yeah. So for our fermentation conversation this week, Dave and Mike will be trying the Dieu du Ciel Rigor Mortis.
Ah.
Rigor Mortis. Creepy
And
looking, dude.
for the rest of the show that comes out on Friday the 13th, we will be trying some other beers. So if you go to beercoasterspodcast.com, check out the full show. Comes out on Friday the 13th. And Mike, what will you be trying?
Ooh, I'm going to try Smutty Nose Lager.
You know, I'm gonna stick with the freakiness of Friday the 13th and the weird things that happen. So I'm
Freaky
drinking
Friday, not Friday the 13th.
I don't know, dude. The freaks come out on full moons and Friday the 13th, so I think it's fully appropriate.
That's true.
Yeah. What is it?
So it's a Green Fresh's Le Freak.
Okay. And I will be drinking a beer myself in my tasting flight. I will be drinking Left Hand Brewing's Wake Up Dead Imperial Stout.
I just realized I got the wrong glass. I will be back in a minute.
All right, so gentlemen,
All right.
now that Dave is leaving, let's crack it.
This is a fermentation conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to crack it.
I'm guessing you're
about
probably telling everybody that's a
this is-
style of beer I'm not really all that a fan of.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
so
I thought it was a brown ale.
That's what the bottle
If
says.
you look at the bottle, and the bottom of the label, it says Abbey style brown ale. You do your homework on this beer, you find out it's a Belgian
quad.
quad.
Yeah. So I started out
And
with
again,
a glass
I
for a
should've
brown,
known
and then I went and got a real glass for a quad.
a quad
So-
glass. I got my innocent gun. Apparently, much dirtier than I expected it to be. All right, cracking.
So this is the brewery is
Oh, man.
Dieu du Ciel. They are from France? Oh, Quebec. Saint Jerome, Quebec. Is that where they're from?
Yeah.
And they're a micro brasserie.
Yeah. Montreal, Quebec area. Yeah.
And this beer is Rigor Mortis. And it is, like they said, it's a Belgian quad. Comes in at 10.5% ABV.
Wait a minute. It's a full body brown ale inspired by the quadruple beer style.
There you go.
brewed by the Belgian Trappist monks.
It's only brewed once a year, and it's available. It's sold in January until it runs out.
All right. Well, they haven't run out yet, folks. I just picked one up today at the Holiday Wine Cellar over in Escondido. So you can find it.
It was originally brewed in August of 2001. Is when they started brewing it there in Montreal.
Cool. Well, it pours out like a dirty brown kind of a color with a slight copper color. It pours. It's opaque to almost to the point where it's not even like allowing light to shine through. But it's a real kind of a brownish, like a dark caramel color.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of little floating all over.
Floaties. I didn't pour the whole glass, so maybe
gone.
if you, yeah.
I had about a pinky finger of head, but it's gone.
Looks like Toby went in to listen on the nose there.
I'm getting a little bit of like a tea aroma and some.
I smell tartness.
Very light kind of molasses. Almost like a.
I get a spice.
Yeah.
Like a peppery tartness to it. It's strange.
Now that the head is gone, I get a nice whiff of booziness too.
Mm-hmm.
But a rum kind of booziness, It's got kind of almost like
Molassy.
a spiced rum kind of aroma.
No, yeah, no, I totally see that.
Like maybe even like a Captain Morgan.
I'm gonna take a sip.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Taking a sip, yeah.
Actually has a nice kind of sweet
Sweet smoothness to it.
maltiness. It's
It's got a little bit of zippiness on the tongue.
Smooth. I could take another sip. Yeah.
It's got a wet
warming going on.
Oh yeah. It's got a really wet dampiness to it. I mean, it's like some beers are just crisp and dry and clean, but this has got like this just stays wet and slick on your tongue.
Yeah. It's
It's got a zippiness though, a light
towards some of the
carbonation.
darker fruits. A little, like almost like a caramely prune.
It's almost raisiny.
It's a big beer. You keep wanting to sip it again. You want to keep taste of the different flavors that it's going on.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't know if they put this on oak or something, but it's got a little bit of a woody flavor to it.
Yeah, almost like a very light kind of barrel agey. Yeah, that oaky vanilla. But very.
Yeah, they say it's best if you age it for 6 months.
Well, that's what we did.
Yeah.
It came out in January, and here we are in June.
There you go.
So we should be right at the money shot with this one.
Pairing this with, I'm not really sure. It's kind of a big. There's some complex character to it. I don't know. I don't know what I would pair with this, and mock up the flavor profile of this thing.
I think a smoked cheese would go good with it.
Okay.
I'm even pushing more towards earthy kind of foods, like some sort of mushroomy dish. I think would do well, like a mushroom lamb. Something earthy. I mean, this beer just speaks earthiness out of it.
I'm okay. Then, yeah, I'll go with like a duck, and some kind of root vegetables. Carrots or sweet potatoes or something like that.
You know, I think really this is where the brownness of this beer really is really coming out pretty strong. I mean, it's not so quaddy, I guess, as you know you'd expect. I mean, it still definitely has that, but I think another beer coaster's term.
Yeah, to look at it, it's kind of deceiving. Like you don't quite know what it's going to be. You get the smells. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but it's interesting. And it's a big beer, but it's like you keep wanting, like I said before, you keep wanting to take a sip of this beer just to kind of collect. So you're picking out a few things at a time. You want to take that other sip just to get more. So anyway.
No, but
I'll talk about it more in last call.
Yeah, you know, go back to the food pairings though. I think I really like, you know, like the mushroomy, earthy kind of like meats and stews and stuff. But the cheeses too. I think some really rich, strong cheeses. A blue cheese or a strong, I don't know, another strong cheese. I just see a plate of cheese, like a hard cheese in front of me, like, you know, ready to go for this. So anyhow, blah 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 blah. Let's drink some more beer.
That's all right. What do we got here? Untapped rates this 0.89 out of 2,542 ratings.
The top 3 places to drink this.
Locations to drink this beer. Go ahead.
Oh, I must be on a delay. Top 3 places to drink this are the Time Community Theater in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the Memphis Tap Room in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the pub on Passyunk East, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Cool. And the Beer Advocate users rate this an 88, which is very good. And that's about it.
I don't know if you know why I'm here. Honestly, I mean,
yeah. What kind of contribution are you making, Toby?
He could have like even asked us questions about the
I
beer.
know,
And he
he
just
was
decided
like,
not to.
I'm just gonna mute.
Watching YouTube clips and
looking at porn or doing something.
Yeah, it's like
dreaming about my beer.
Well,
there you go, folks. There you have it. That is the Brasserie Dieu du Ciel, which I think means Day of the Sky.
Dieu du Ciel, I guess.
Sure. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And that was the Rigor Mortis. And they have some pretty cool labels. That's what I was doing while you guys were doing. I was looking at their website. And I was checking out their labels for their other stuff. And some of their beers sound pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've tried the, of course now, I lost the page again. Jeez, you guys should fire my ass.
I know. Between you and Toby, like, we're not going to have a show, though.
I know. Oh, I've tried the...
Maple Scotch Ale. The Equinox du Printemps.
Yep, that's it.
The Spring Equinox.
Yeah. I've had that one. And I really like that one.
Yeah, they just have the interesting sour wheat beer with raspberries, which sounds like a Berliner Weiss, and then a peppercorn rye beer. Very interesting stuff. I can get a few of this brewery's beers here in town. Obviously I can't get this one, but I know that I can get a couple of their other offerings. Maybe I can't get this one because it's already come and gone.
I've only seen maybe 3 at a time. Like I've never seen this whole lineup from, on the shelves. I've seen maybe, 3 or 4 of these, maybe half a dozen, but only 3 or 4 at a time on the shelf. So.
Yeah, I wonder if they just do seasonals. Like they don't have a
right. It's possible.
A set beer that they brew year round. They just brew for the season.
God, they have a lot of solstice and equinox type of beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem like they're. I haven't looked into their like about page or whatever, but they seem like they might be into a little bit of like mysticism or paganism
Yeah,
or whatever.
pagan stuff.
Something to that effect.
Don't forget to go to beercoasterspodcast.com. Check out the full Friday the 13th Part 2 episode coming out this Friday. And check out all our other shows.
Yeah, we got lots of shows. Lots of them.
Let us
Lots
know
of
what
shows.
you think.
Bunch of,
Hundreds of them, in fact.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're up to
Lists.
263.
Yep.
And we got a ton of videos, too, on our website now. So
Yeah.
go check those out, too.
Yeah, go check that out. The whole new video page has got all our the first part of the show that you're actually watching right now. All the first parts of our show, we all have these clips here of us kind of doing it live. So check it out.